champion, top of the line. Yeah, everything came together, planets align. This really what we do, we in it for life.
Welcome back to the Meatsy Show. Man, feels like I hadn't done a show in forever. It's been a minute. What a great week we had last week. Just a fun-filled weekend in the city in New Orleans. Went to the Saints training camp early Saturday morning. We'll talk about that a little bit later. First time ever at a training camp. I thought it was awesome. Very fast-paced. A lot more fast-paced than I thought it would be. Like, it was drill after drill after drill, which it was great. Got to see a lot. Got to see Shuck throw it. Got to see Jordan Tyson. Boy, he's the real deal. Jordan Tyson, he moves like Gumby. Like, real deal. Real deal. Got to see the O-line, defensive line battle. Seen Radens when he tore his ACL. Knew it was bad. He slammed his helmet down immediately. Just a great weekend. Me, my old lady, my mom. We stayed at Harris Casino. Won a little money. Not nothing to brag about, but didn't lose. Always that. So, just, man, I've been thinking about the Saints training camp and Bayou Brawlin, because that's what we did Saturday night. We went to Bayou Brawlin, and it was such a I ain't been to the city. It's probably about 3-4 months now. I take that back. I ain't been to the actual city and been in the city probably about 2 years, and man, did I miss it. They always say that about New Orleans, is that has that voodoo on it, got that magic. It's always gonna make you come back, and it definitely did. So Saturday we had this great fun-filled weekend. We actually got there. Let's start from the beginning. We actually got there Friday night. We went to the Cat's Meow. We listened to some karaoke. We didn't get really do anything, but we got a couple places, smoked a few cigarettes, really just walked around. We went to the boardwalk, just took a little adventure. It was just getting dark, weather was hot though. We did that till probably about 10-11 Friday night, and then we went back to the hotel, woke up early, went to the casino, then woke up early, and went to the Saints training camp. Did that, got back, went through New Orleans, French Quarter, French Market, up and down, ate at Felipe's, them tacos. You in New Orleans, and if you know, Felipe's, banging tacos. Met some cool people from Mississippi, because the Red Dress Run. I didn't even know the Red Dress Run was happening. Woke up that morning, and when I went get me some coffee, and when I was smoking a cigarette, one of the door guys, he looked at me. He's like, "I don't see you wearing a red dress," and I was like, "You ain't gonna catch me ever in a red dress." But I support the people that do it, and man, that was fun. But fun to see a bunch of red dresses around the city. That's always a fun time of year. Football's coming back. Football's coming back whenever that happens. So a bunch of red dresses. Like I said, we'll talk about the Saints here in a second when I bring on this guest. And then kind of chilled out in the afternoon, went back, take a shower, freshened up, and then Bayou Brawlin VI, C-Red, Freezer Burnt, Juice Box, B-Rabbit, Big Mama, H-Queen, Ezekiel Steele, Bull Rider, Kemper Payton, Cowboy, True King, you name them. Like, it was the Cat Skinner. Man, Stank Sinatra the Cat Skinner stunk him down, boy. It's like stunk him out. Like, they got somebody in town stinks bad like that, like Stank Sinatra. Stank Sinatra got whooped by the Cat Skinner. The Golden Dragon with a knockout. You want to talk about a fun-filled event, dude. People were throwing, the women were throwing. C-Red gets the decision victory over Freezer Burnt. C-Red is the River Parish trash talking champion. And Juice Box got the decision victory over B-Rabbit, and he is the River Parish heavyweight champion. Bayou Brawlin VII, gonna be a great logo too. I got to look at the logo when I was there. October 23rd at the Mellot Center in Gretna, and I don't know if we could have fit a single person more in Mellot Center. Like, it was so many people in there, the air condition couldn't keep up. That's how many people it was. I mean, people were sweating. I was sweating. I know Mayo was sweating. It was hot. It was hot. It was humid in there. the electricity. 6 o'clock, the doors opened, and the place was almost already packed because they had started letting people in before that. By the time the event started, we was like 30 minutes late because there were still like 200 people outside waiting to get in. So by the time the first fight even started with the Cat Skinner and Stank Sinatra, you had people going crazy in the crowd. They were ready for freezer burnt. Like it was New Orleans' wildest nights of fights. Alex Boyd, he fought Mr. Nice Guy. Boyd ended up getting the victory. Like just a lot of, you had the one hand Cleve Hand and the left Maverick, the one-handed fight. Man, if you didn't get the Bayou Brawlin pay-per-view, we're going to put the pay-per-view in the link. You go and get it, dude, and watch it. Cause it's a great, dude. It's just awesome. Then you got Bayou Fighting Championship, September 12th, I believe, in the Pontchartrain Center. I've seen a couple fights that they were going to be announcing. Just a Saints start Jaguars joint practice tomorrow. This is Wednesday. We're recording this. Joint practice tomorrow. Preseason game, the only one at home on the 15th, which I believe is a Saturday. This Saturday. I can't remember the time. I have to look it up. But we'll get to see no starters are playing, Kellamore said. So there's that. I'm interested to see what if Rattler even got good. Barry Brown's going to play. Bryce Lance is going to play. You're going to have everybody else, young that's going to play. I don't see Jordan Tyson getting in there. Maybe you get Christian Miller in there and D tackle. That's another thing. Another D tackle gets hurt. So our depth's going to have to really show. So it's going to be interesting for me, like somebody that wants to watch football, to see how our depth, this is a good look at our depth. Preseason game, like what we can expect. Brzee is out for the season. Raditz is out for the season. Cam's nursing a hamstring injury that could linger into the season. I don't know for sure, but that's kind of reports that it's definitely preseason. I'm not there. I got that one practice. Met Nick Underhill, shouted it, walked up to the thing, hollered at him, wanted to tell him it was great. Just wanted to introduce myself and tell him it was Meatsy. Love all your content, love everything you do. I think I kind of caught him off guard because he wasn't expecting it, but at the same time, it was like, hey, just got to shake hands with Nick Underhill. So that was kind of my highlight. We didn't get no autographs. I had my Saints helmet and I was ready to try to get Shuck's autograph, but we weren't able to. Had inclement weather. I thought the weather was worse before they called it for lightning in the area, but who's to say? So all the players, they went and finished the rest of the practice inside. But you take what you can get. It was just a fun experience. Gumbo was there. Junior Gumbo got a picture. You probably seen that on the intro to this episode. But we got a lot more to talk about, though. We're going to come back after this little break. We're going to bring on a guest, and we're going to talk Saints, what we're looking for first preseason game. Somebody that's been out to the practices. And then you have Islam Makhachev against Ian Machado Gary. This Saturday, 28-1 Islam, 17-1 Ian. And we're not going to go through all the fights. You got Mackenzie Dern defending her title, strawweight title against Jillian Robinson, Jalen Turner, and we Edison Barboza. You got Esteban Robovics. You got Y'all Alvarez, Dante Johnson. It's not the greatest card, but it could turn out to be a very good card. And we're not going to go through every fight. Not going to give a full prediction video. We're just going to go through some of these fights, mostly main card. And we will be able to see, because does Ian dethrone Islam Makhachev, for the welterweight belt at 170? Ian's a beast. Makhachev's a beast. So that's just one of those things that just could be, and we definitely gonna find that out. So we're gonna be right back. We're just gonna play a couple highlights. As a matter of fact, because I haven't even chopped it up together. Well, maybe let's throw some Tyler Shuck up on there. We'll be right back.
Champion, top of the line, yeah, everything can't get a plane that's a lie. This really what we do, we in it for life. Nah, ayy. D1 champion, top of the line. Yeah, everything can't get a plane that's a lie. This really what we do, we in it for life. Nah.
We're back. We're back with our guest, Ravi Shetye. And we just bullshitting to start, so we're just going to keep on bullshitting. I was just telling them that went for Dana White's Contender Series last night. I had a 4-fight parlay because I lost my one parlay. I had Tom Pagliarolo, however to say his name, to win. He ended up looking like he was going to lose. He wins in the third round, kind of decisively. I had Hassan by KO within under a half a round, and he did. I had Abe winning Alisagar, but he didn't win that fight. And even Dana,
come on, buddy, rub it in,
show,
because we were beefed out over this one.
He didn't win that. He didn't win that fight. I'd bet him though. You know, yeah. I was like, so whenever they gave him the split, when that judge read that 29-28 at the end, I was like, oh, Abe got it, dude. Cause the other guy had given 29-28 to Abe. I don't know. I don't see where Abe won. I wasn't tripping though, because I cashed out. I should have stayed with Went because I had him under, a half a round KO, and I'd have won 10 turned into 240, but I cashed it out at 80, put 40 on Went to win, under half a round, and I won another 80. So I cost myself 80, but I come out like 160.
No, great parlay. And yeah. point of note, if you tailed that parlay with significant money and didn't cash out, you made some serious money.
Yeah, definitely made some serious money. Definitely made some serious money. You didn't have anything hit last night, huh?
I did not, man. I did not. Yeah. I sprinkled on like literally a lottery ticket on the poor Indian guy that got smashed. And
dude, poor guy, bro. Poor guy, dude. That dude's good though. Belil's good. Like, that's something that's good, bro.
Yes.
I didn't know they fought like that. Well, dude, you know what's interesting too? He was from Everett, Washington. That's where my son is for the Navy.
Okay.
You know, and I was like, oh, wow. I never got my son's on this road trip, so I never got to talk to him about it yet. So, but anyway, you've been at Saints training camp. We're gonna switch. We're gonna come back and do a little MMA and just give some random card what we're looking for the UFC 330 event this Saturday. But I want to talk about Saints. Saints is the most hot topic. We got it coming up. We got a game Saturday against the Jaguars. We start joint practice tomorrow against the Jaguars. A chance former team. That ought to be interesting. Liam Cohen's the head coach over there. They did great last year. Got to the playoffs. Jaguars are always one of them teams. They do great. You never know what you're going to get at the other side of it, but it's probably be good. What did you like whenever you seen it? Like, what was your thoughts? Cause you've been to multiple practices. I think you've been to 2, maybe 3 now.
Yeah. As you're speaking right now, I think between the two of us, if you count Devin too, I don't think between the 3 of us, we've missed a practice. So that's a pretty cool metrics. I think I've been to 4 and 1 got rained out that I went to. So 3 technically, but, I know you were out there too. And, yeah, man, my thoughts to your question, what stood out to me were a couple things. One is, and I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I think Jordan Tyson is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think the only way he loses is if Mendoza does something with the Raiders or Love rushes for like 1,600 yards, something crazy as expected. But if you look at the odds, he's plus 660 right now. And I think it's kind of interesting because it's very similar to where the DraftKings had the odds for Tyler when he started going on that streak and it narrowed down to 4. And we were discussing this, and then Tet won at the end. But I see a world where Tyson wins it. And man, bro, where I was sitting, I was just laser dialed in on him because I wanted to see the rookie, and just watching him stretch, watching the dude dance, not to be weird, like the way he runs.
All he does is dance, dude. When he ain't on the field, he just dances.
The best way I can compare it is I call him Gumby because
I know,
wide receiver.
I'm going to say that because before I brought you on, I used your reference Gumby, and I wanted to tell people that's not my reference that Ravi actually
it's ours,
gave me.
bro.
Yeah,
it's ours, bro. But
it was
it's
the perfect analogy.
You see it too, dude. The way that he plants his feet, he's almost like horizontal to the ground. I couldn't imagine defending that as a DB. So he's going to cause problems. It's just, are you on the field or not? You know?
Right. And it's going to be interesting to see him against, live competition. Not at practice, not anything. And I don't think he'll play Saturday. You probably won't see him the next game. I'm thinking maybe week 3 we see some people in there. Possibly. I don't know. They don't play anybody anymore. But no, go on, because that was great.
No, we were just talking about what I saw and what stood out to me, and it's hard to act like we haven't had these conversations already diagnosing the team. But what stood out to me when I was first out there was the punter. Man, he looks like the Terminator. I'm calling him the Terminator. I'm not saying y'all have to call him that. That's my name for this guy. He's got to be 6'5", 6'6". In pads, he looks huge. This guy's booting the ball down the field. I have yet to see him punt a ball less than 70 yards. He looks like he's fishing when he's doing it. No effort whatsoever. And then Mitzi, the ball just dies and rolls out of bounds. Such a huge aspect.
Number two in the league last year. And dude, our punting sucked.
Yeah, horrible. We were worse in the league.
Yeah.
Him. I think the 3 most important players that I was trying to get a look at, and it's hard with the big boys when they're not going full speed. Right. But I think the sexy thing to talk about is Tyson's routes or AK or Olave, Tyler, all that. I'm more concerned with, can Edwards bring up these young kids on the line? Edwards and McCoy are the 2 most important players to that offense to me. Because the center is just an undervalued position, and Raden's going down. I think a lot of people are underestimating the significance of that.
Yeah, I seen him go down, and dude, it was. I got a video of the whole team running out the locker room because, like I said, it was my first time ever going to training camp. So I was trying to interest everything. So, but Raden's was the first one out the locker room. Running, I was like, look, big boy. And I was like 77. I was like, who? 70? Turned around, it was Radence. So then, dude, when he tore his ACL though, bro, he got completely blown up. Completely blown up by Vernon Broughton. Now,
it was Broughton. What happened, Mitzi?
Oh, dude, it was the one-on-ones, offensive lineman, and this one happened right in front of us, so I didn't think the video, and I should have, but I didn't. So Broughton comes off, and dude, it would have been illegal hands to the face in a real NFL game, because Broughton hit him right here under the chin with his arm, and just was driving him back. And then,
they're calling it.
Yeah, when Radens tried to sit, Broughton was too powerful. Yeah, he couldn't even plant, dude. He was backpedaling the whole time because as soon as Broughton come off the line, dude, Broughton's good. And I was talking shit on him, dude. I was really like, I don't know what we're gonna. Hey, that son of a bitch is a strong boy.
I know.
Like, dude, he hit him with that stiff arm. Now he's gonna have to get his hands lower. But he hit him, but he had him up in right here. And Radens, all he could do is backpedal, and he went to kind of squat to push back. And Broughton just brought the extra force, and Radens went back. And then as soon as Radens got up, he threw his helmet down and he took off walking. But he was real slow to get up too. And I was like, that's not good. He knew it was bad. And then I find out a little bit later that afternoon, torn ACL. And I think that's our biggest problem. Our biggest problem is going to be our depth. That's what I was telling you on the phone earlier today. And that's what I'm most forward to watching these preseason games for. Unlike other years when I was like, okay, we can get by, with what we got. I don't know if we can get by with what we got this year. So it's interesting to me to see who's going to step up in the preseason and be that, I don't want to say Mason Tipnick because he always does something and never shows up. But who's going to cement themselves and be like, hey, dude, we have to give these 3-4 guys a roster spot. Like, we cannot deny them a spot. And we need a couple on defense, cornerback, because you can't say we don't need another cornerback because we're trying to bring in Teron Arnold from Detroit with all those legal problems that he just went through. You need somebody we're willing to bring in somebody. Now he's probably worth it. He's worth it if the legal troubles aren't it much, if it's something that was just blown out of proportion crazy, but we need help, and they think we need help. We're just young and we don't have no depth. That's what I'm most interested to see, the depth. And then you have Gotcha rolled his ankle. Cam's got a hamstring. The only good thing I will say about the injury bug that's kind of hit us almost 2 weeks into camp is we've only had one. We've only had Radence on offense that I kind of seen.
Then maybe you have to factor in Brazil on defense.
Brazil. Then you had Warner who was out. Then you had a bunch of. It's kind of been. It's all been defense, and that's where I thought our depth might have been the weakest, because now Cam's out. Who's I don't know, dude. It gets just murky. It's some murky waters we're getting in,
Well, that Raidens rep, you talking about it makes me think that's like a $4 million rep loss right there, just in practice. You just re-signed this guy to be your sixth offensive lineman. You the odds. We don't even have to look at AI. The odds are your starting 5 offensive linemen, they're not going to make it 17 plus games together. Somebody's going to need to step in. And so that begs the question, is Jeremiah Wright from Auburn going to be ready? And did you get a look at him?
Not really, man. And I had so much going on that I was trying to get a look at. And I'll tell you this, if nobody's ever been, it's fast paced, bro. That was the most impressive thing to me. And it threw me off when I started because it was drill. And then they got a little break because special teams was kicking the ball and everything. And I was like, but everything in that hour and a half was, dude, it was so fast and like.
It was intentional, man. Right? Yeah. Everything was intentional.
Intentional, dude. No, like everything. If you finished this drill, you ran all the way across the field, you went starting something else. And then all the offense came. And this is all within minutes. I'm like, oh shit, dude, this is
That's
crazy.
Kellen's mind at work. Cause it's like you hear the horn and then that 5 minutes starts and it was a well-oiled machine. I will give him that.
Yes, definitely was. So when it came to it and I started hearing about his name, now listening to Nick Underhill, which I just said I met, and that's probably my highlight, got to meet Nick
Love
Underhill.
Nick. Yes, he's a man.
But they're saying is Wright's got that strength. He did have a little injury. He come back like this practice or whatever, but, Wright might be up there. I think even on the depth chart, the unofficial depth chart I was watching earlier today, that Wright was up there.
Yep, I'm looking at it. He's up there. He's up there.
So that's Jalen Price.
Yep. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. I was surprised to see we have a white corner. It's rare in the league.
I seen Shuck comment call him white pepper.
Yes. And I wanted to ask you earlier, but I wanted to save it for now. Tell me when you think of growing up and we're in the same age range. So when you think of white corners, who comes to mind? Not Cooper DeJean, but like growing up as a kid. There's only one that comes to mind for me. Yep, that's it. Jason Sehorn. Yeah. And I'll take this chance. We got to get back to trivia soon, man. That was too much fun. I want to officially call out Kuyon Cam. He's been answering trivia left and right. He does have a little age handicap, me being a little older, but you can square that away, And,
we'll get it.
Yeah, I'm definitely down though.
All right, well, Kuyon Cam, if you watch this and you want to get it or whatever, send me a message and we'll we got a few things lined up, but we'll get to it. It'll be during the season, which would be great. We'll definitely
anytime, anywhere, fellas.
Anytime, anywhere. Oh, I will tell you this about training camp. I didn't like our receivers outside of Olave, Tyson, and Vele. As far as I liked Lance, I liked Brown. I did not like Palmer. I did not like Means. I did not like any of the other receivers that have already been here before compared, because our cornerbacks, if it wasn't Brown, Vele, Tyson, or Olave, they were getting shut down. Like, even Lance got shut down the day I was there. Now, here he's having good days and a good camp. But I thought that was interesting, too, that outside of those top 4 receivers, even Kevin Austin, dude, it hit him in his hands and he dropped it. Maybe it was a bad day, but I'm looking at the depth chart right here. They have him all the way as fourth on at fourth. You know, you got Bryce Lance and Barry and Brown above them right after Chris Olave, Devon Vele, and Jordan Tyson. So I thought that was pretty interesting to see too, is the receiving core after that. Like, that's why we drafted so many receivers.
How about Barry? How about the Barry and Brown finding, man? I mean, when I was there,
crazy.
He was torching Yadam. Yadam shouldn't be on the field. That's a problem right there. No disrespect. He's a great ancillary corner to have on your depth chart, special teams player. But if he's on the field, that's an issue. And I wanted to put a bolo out for Emerson, who we paid starting corner, if not rotational corner money from the Browns. This kid's good, Meatsy. He produced last year. And I didn't see him anywhere at any practices doing anything of significance. Now, Nick did say, or yesterday, he had an interception and 3 PBUs, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see some more of that. That'll be good if he gets in the mix.
Yeah. And will they have him above Yadam right now?
I would hope so. Yeah,
what I was looking for on the depth chart. I was hoping Styles would have made more of an impact, where he could have maybe got on the above Jordan Howden, or like that. They still have Styles third. Now he did come off an injury too, so it may be a little ramping up thing. And Yadam, he's going to probably be more of a gunner. I did see, the interesting thing I did see, though, Tyson was taking a lot of punt returns.
I saw that.
Him and Brown were taking punt returns.
I liked it.
I don't know with his hamstring injury if you do that, though. But I read early reports that Brown was kind of struggling in the punt return area. He was killing as a wide receiver, but kind of struggling in the punt return. Maybe that was a thing. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I know he started strong, because the first few practices I saw, Brown was the one player that was standing out besides Tyson.
And when they have Brown listed as both the punt returner and the kick returner, and we all thought that's why they drafted him. That was probably the main reason why you would draft him. I think the receiver side of it was kind of just, this is
if it works, it works. Great.
Yeah, because him and Spence, dude, almost every day I see. Now, they didn't have no big bomb highlights. The one big throw that they had was Shuck hitting Tyson on the toe tap on the sideline. Which everybody's probably seen. Everybody was talking about Tyson toe tap, so that was cool. I didn't get to see the catch, because I was positioned behind Tyler throwing it, and then they had everybody lined up on the sideline when he caught it. And I just knew he caught it because everybody went crazy, on that side, that was on that side, that further up the field, how I set up. But I thought the Saints ran it was set up good. Like, everything was on point. You walked in. Now, you had to do a crazy little walk and stuff, but we ended up parking at Albies across the street when I seen some other people park there. And then we just crossed the street and walked. So we didn't have to go all the way behind Zephyr Field or any of that. And I was like, well, dude, that's the ticket. I was just hoping not to get towed.
I was scared to get towed. I was about to say, I was about to do it.
Well, we went in the parking lot, and I told my mom, and I was like, hey, we should park here. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, because they have 20 other Saints fans that just parked here. Yeah. I was like, just don't park let's not park by the door. So I parked all the way by the street, like way on the other side of the parking lot. It's like, because if they open, at least the door parking lot won't be, full.
And if they tow, they're going to have to work, to get you.
Oh, they're going to have to. They're going to have to tow. They're going to have to get me and about 20 other people, dude, because that park, hey, they look like they was in business and they wasn't even open yet, because it was
I already know.
And I was
McDonald's
like,
too. Yep.
Yeah. Everybody, free parking, bro. Gotta get it, dude. So what are you most forward are you looking to see? And look, Drew Brees got inducted to the Hall of Fame. This is our fans. They gave us out the GOAT, number 9. I'm gonna wave this all night. What you looking forward to seeing the most against the Jaguars?
I'm gonna tell you what I'm most looking not to see. Okay, what I want to see cleaned up. And we were chatting about this earlier. I love that Kellen is a player's first coach, ex-player. They like him. They want to play for him. Everything you just said about how organized and structured he is. He's probably just a neurotic mess in the brain where he lives, eats, breathes football. I love it. He's a winner, and that's great about him. But we have to clean up a couple of things, and we have to clean up the false start penalties, the BS holdings, the pre-snap penalties that don't need to be happening. He's got to tighten that up somehow. And Sean would, okay, you guys are going to run till y'all get this right. You know, this is a completely different mentality. So let's find a happy medium. Let's make it work, but clean that up, get a yard. And I feel like you're more of a realist fan and I'm more delusional. So we can talk win totals if you want. Mine's always going to be delusional. You're a realist. And the thing is, they just need to clean up some stuff. And the kicking situation, you can't be having a kicking competition, having Charlie missing three. At least 3+ games are going to come down to a one possession game. Who's got the ball last? You're going to need your kicker if you want to make the playoffs.
Yeah. No, definitely. And dude, okay, I'm just going to go out and say it. My problem with Shook that I've seen it face in person, and what I keep hearing, he has a lot of behind the receiver throws. He throws the ball behind the receivers a lot on out routes, on swing routes, on a lot of stuff. I even watch a bunch of highlights, and it's a lot of, they even talked about it. Nick and them on the NOF had a article about it. And it's maybe not alarming. We 10 days into camp, you know? But what I don't like about the offense, because everybody keeps talking about red zone offense is still struggling, lackluster offense, we're still not getting it. So what hyped everybody up this offseason was the fact that Shuck was with Breeze, he was with Olave, he was with Vele, he was with Palmer, he was with Polk, he was with Jawan Johnson. The offense was together all offseason. Even Olave put the contract bullshit aside and was there all offseason. And yet, our defense, which is all right, I'm not going to say it's great. We're good. I can give us top 15, possibly. Like, we should be clicking on all cylinders. There should be no talk.
Unit we should see. Yeah, man.
Like, that's what's built up to everybody being excited about this season. And then then people watch a video and Shuck's out there in San Diego with Drew and all the people, and they're like, we're going to the Super Bowl. And it's like, yeah,
that's me.
I still haven't seen it yet, though. I still haven't seen it. Our depth sitting there. And then you get to training camp and reality hits. And, reality is going to hit because it's like, wait, where's this offense that everybody was just like talking, we about to be the number one offense. Wait, we're going to be maybe top 15. We got a top 15 on both sides of the ball, you know? And hey, if you can be top 15 on both sides of the ball, you a playoff team. You know, we are a better team than I thought we were going to be going into this year. So I'm happy with that improvement. Now, are we going to make great leaps and bounds? I think we're already kind of seeing it. The depth's going to be an issue. We're trying to bring in cornerbacks that already have legal issues. Like, we know that we have to improve even more. That's why I think 8-8 going into that final game against the Buccaneers for the division. And that's exactly what it's going to be. And
so you're reading my mind. What's your win total, Meetsy, officially?
9.
9? Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm 9 and 8.
I was at 12 plus before I went to practice. Hold on. I'm going to say 11 plus, winning the division, 1 home game, and winning a playoff game plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 9 and 8, winning the division. I think it comes down to week 17. Tampa Bay comes to New Orleans. Winner of that goes to the playoffs.
And so deduct what I say, and we have the same number.
we basically have the same number. And I think we win that wild card game. First game back in the playoffs in the dome forever. Like, when's the last time? With 2020?
Man, it's been so long. I think it's 6,
COVID
7
year.
Season. Yeah, it's been a while, man.
Yeah, COVID year. So that place will be electric. You'll get that win. You're going to go on the road for the division round. We'll end up going to Philly or San Fran or something like that. And it just, hey, it'll be a great building block for next year. Because I've been telling people, I was sitting in Felipe's eating tacos, telling this to some Saints fans from Mississippi. I said, I've been saying it. Kellen year 3 is our year. You have to give him a couple years, and we look great. It's accelerated at this point, but it's not finished. Next year, we get even more players. You're not going to have the Cam bullshit. You ain't going to have the Kamara bullshit. You're not going to have any of that other stuff. It's going to be, hey, this is where we headed, a whole entire new roster. And let's go. And either we'll find out 3 and 4 is whether Kellen's a good coach and he can build a team, or if it don't. It looks to me like he can. Like, we've made vast improvements. We're the only team that's improved in the division that I can see. Now, everybody's saying that. You know, if you go to Carolina, they made all these great improvements. But, man, we got HM, we got Edwards. Just those 2 signings alone in free agency put us right there above in the division. You know, just off of, hey, what did they do to get better? And it's going to be interesting, though, because I don't want to be a negative Nancy about it. You know, I don't want to be, and I find myself getting there. But it's Saints football. And I love football. I don't care who's playing. I like the game of football, you know, and the game of football says we are 9-8 roster, you know, and that could go either way. Ball bounces your way on a lucky kick. You make a game winning field goal instead of miss one. Hey, you can be 10-7. You can be 11-6. We've seen crazy shit happen. You know, it is the NFL, you know, but I find we're also a couple injuries away from being 6-12 or 6-11. You know, like
the health scares me for sure.
It scares me, dude.
That's what scares me. And
you know,
it happens every year.
Every year. And you know,
the life of a Saints fan.
We kind of scapegoated out of it. You know, we kind of skated by a few little injuries here or there, but it wasn't nothing crazy. You know,
but we lost McCoy. We lost McCoy and Young for significant time. That kills you right there.
It kills you right there. Now, did Ruiz play center whenever you were there for the second team?
He was playing guard when I was there. I think he took snaps at both. I know Kellen's trying to work him in at both.
Right.
I think they know with that ratings issue going down, I wouldn't be surprised to see them bring in even more guard talent if they're looking at Terry on.
Right. Yeah, and I can see that.
From Kellen's presser today, the way he responded, I could be completely wrong. I'm not a body language reader expert, but it did not sound like anything materialized with Terry on. He was just very by the book. We were just due diligence. Obviously, he wouldn't say if a deal was done, but I don't expect that signing to happen.
Well, and it's one of those things too, because he's got, if everything is good with his legal stuff, the guy's talented enough to start on any team in the NFL, dude. You know, so at that point, it's like he'd still be in Detroit if he wouldn't have fucked it up, or you know, whatever the story is. I wish you well, Terry on. You know, I don't wish you here. I don't want you in New Orleans, but I hope you find a landing spot. And then I say that, and then we're gonna play him in the playoffs, and he's gonna pick Shuck off like 7 times or some shit. You know how it goes. So let's change course. Let's go to this Makhachev and Machado fight.
Let's do it.
This will be August 15th, this Saturday. And I didn't see anything really else. Is there any fights that you're looking to see besides the Machado? I mean, I like the Mackenzie Dern fight. I'm interested to see her. But other than that, was there anybody that you was interested in seeing?
I think you got it pretty accurate. There's a few on there, but really it's the co-main and the main. I don't know what time the Saints game starts. I need to look, but if there's ever an undercard to kind of miss, this might be it. It's complete kind of trash, I would say, for a pay-per-view card, but I'm still going to watch all of it. I'll watch both. I do want to see Mansour Abdul Malik.
I was just looking at him.
Yeah, the prospect who's been knocking people out. I do want to see the return of Jalen Turner just because I'm rooting for him, because he had some mental health issues. He had a few bad losses, been knocked out rough, and he retired and is coming back. So it just seems like a real likable guy, the Tarantula. I'd like to see him get a W. But
I don't know, dude. Fernandez is probably gonna smoke him, bro.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for him. Is the
yeah,
word rooting
yeah.
for him?
Hey, dude, but he might be one taking a good, like taking a flyer on, because I'm not sure the odds here. But
He's minus 162. Turner.
oh, dude, that's not bad then.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so if they like him. I mean, he does have
yeah.
a high. He does have a height advantage. He's like, I mean, you're looking at Fernandez 5'9" and Turner 6'3".
The range. Yeah, you
The
just never know what
range,
Jalen's going to come out, and he's a little
right?
older.
And that,
McKenzie
hey,
and
that might
Jillian.
be a
Who do you
bet
have
to take.
there?
McKenzie and Killian. Dude, I really don't like this fight at
I
all.
don't either.
You're like, this oh, dude, Gillian could possibly get her, but McKenzie should win.
Yeah,
This one I probably will not put into a parlay. Because I think it's going to be a parlay killer because everybody's going to think Modern's going to win and Gillian chokes her out or does something. It's going to be some kind of crazy fight or decision, and it's just not going to
yeah.
really be like who won. It's going to be like, hey, maybe they should fight again. So I wouldn't put it in a parlay, but I'd probably throw a few dollars on something wild. I'd
Yeah.
probably look at the longest odds of whatever finish it is and be like, hey, choose that one. Because I'm pretty sure the decision odds are probably the best right now.
Well, the caveat here is it's a title fight, so it's 5 rounds,
Right.
and McKenzie's minus 218. I don't have the props up to see what decision is, but I may roll with just sub as method of victory because they're both ground experts,
Right.
and then a decision will happen in a typical women's fight fashion. But um, yeah, I want to see this Islam Ian fight.
Yeah.
What did you think of the presser, and what's your take on all that,
I
man?
haven't watched the pressure yet. I haven't watched it.
Okay.
We've been cutting rice and planting rice and everything, so I was running a little late today. But I have watched some Islam Makhachev's Islam. I don't really need to hear from him. And like we talked today, Ian this ain't gonna be an exciting presser. Ian wants to break down and talk about why they have the different colors and Fruit Loops and stuff. And like, he's like such a technical, break it down kind of guy. Even if like, what did you eat for breakfast? You go, well, I woke up at 6. It's like this long drawn out explanation. It's like, bro, like, okay, and Islam's just basically gonna say, I'm gonna kick his ass. That's
Yeah, he
just
just
what they,
stands at number one.
yeah, yeah. Like, so it's kind of it's not one that's going to be built up well, But the more that I watch of it, I do think Ian's going to give Makachev a lot of trouble. And I even told you this on the phone earlier. I think the length gives him a lot of trouble, and I think we might see another Strickland versus Hamzat kind of fight here, where you could go to decision and Ian might be able to beat him on points.
So are you making an official pick, Ian?
Not yet.
Not yet. It's
Not
so
yet.
hard to go against Islam, huh? I
It's
can't
so
do it.
hard, dude.
I
It's
can't
so
do it.
hard. It's
Yeah.
so hard. I like Ian's reach. I like the youth, but dude, Islam's such a monster. But Gary's a monster too, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's gonna go on Gary's takedown defense. I really think that's gonna be the decision of the fight. Is Gary's takedown offense gonna be good enough to prevent Islam for just ragdolling him and having his way? And you'll find out real quick in round 1.
Hmm.
Because if Islam's able to grab him and just kind of just toss him around, it's not gonna be good for Ian. Them guys are just a different breed over there, and it's just what it is. Like But if you look at Gary, it's all decisions, dude.
Yep. Yep.
Last 5 fights, 4 out of all 5, unanimous,
Decision merchant.
unanimous, decision. Even against Rakhmonov, when he lost, was a decision.
He's
You
gonna,
know,
and I'm not
um,
being funny. He's gonna be doing a lot of running, Mitzi,
I
and
think so.
on his bicycle, as they call it. But
Yeah,
he's gonna be moving a lot, and what makes me think it's gonna be a better fight than expected. And I do have Islam by sub probably round 3, maybe 4, if it goes that long. But I do have Islam by sub. Um, what concerns me though is this guy. He's big. He's been training with Oliveira. He's been training with Damian Maya. He's saying grab a leg and find out. So I'm excited to see the fight just as an MMA fan, less
Yep.
as parlays and this and that. I'm just excited to see who wins, the striker or the pound for pound supposed grappler. So, and
Right.
for Khabib to be addressing it and not underestimating it, saying, "Hey, we got a real challenge with this kid." He knows that Ian's going to come in there prepared. He just personally bothers me. I find him kind of cringe. He might be a great guy. Just hard to root for me.
The only thing I will agree with Ian whenever he said, I think Islam is a better version of Khabib, and I think Ian is a better version of Conor.
Totally.
Now, does that mean that it's Khabib and Conor? Not at all. But I think you're seeing a different level of each fighter comparing, and that's the kind of rival. Now, is that the kind of rivalry? No, Gary ain't really that kind of guy. You know, I will ask you this though. Gary's had 11 fights in the UFC. How many do you think of them have been decision?
I'd say at least 9 or 10, man.
Oh, close. 8.
8. Okay.
8.
Okay.
8 have been decision. KO
He's
against
probably got
Jordan
one
Williams.
sub and one KO.
No submissions at all.
No submissions at all.
Three KOs. The only submission of his career was a rear naked choke in 2019 in Cage Warriors.
Okay.
You know, okay. Daniel Rodriguez, Song Keenan, and Jordan Williams is the only people that he has KO'd.
That's right. He knocked out D-Rod and he sent him a pizza during the weight cut.
Yeah, that was for the Almeida fight, you know. I don't know, dude. I think it's, and I'm just thinking decision here, dude. I don't think finish is gonna happen if they got good odds on fight to go the distance. I think that's the one I'm gonna pick. I probably would. It's just difficult to decide on either fighter, you know. Because I really think it can go either way. The rest of the card, though, I don't know much about it. And like I'm gonna be honest, I haven't even looked at it. It's been such a busy week and a busy last week and doing everything with work. I just know the Dern and the Islam fight. Is there any other best bet fight that you or a best bet that you would have?
I haven't really taken a in-depth look at the undercard. I will, but a couple things stand out. I'll give you a best bet. Orabai, however you pronounce his name, Orabai. He's minus 1050, so that's not money line. That doesn't do anything for you. But I would check him out by sub. He's the first fight on the card. That might be my lock of the card. And then you just got to battle with some bums, man. Just let me rattle this off to you. You've got Neil Magny, who's just a punching bag lately, versus Rames Bramajov. If you know, you know. Both have not had success. Vincente Luque, has not been active and not found success lately, and Trayshawn Gore. So that kind of says it all there.
Right. And they Gore had higher hopes, and
he's a prospect.
He just ended up falling on his face.
Yep.
Now,
got
the
Charles
only
Johnson.
one that's really Deontay Johnson is 8-0.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's mainly the co-main and the main. I'd like to see some nasty grappling and jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, because even Yoel Alvarez, you know, you want to watch him, but Chidi, you know, is like, I don't know how good of a fight that is.
Even Ribovitz and Barboza. Edson Barboza's 100 years old. Didn't you just get slimed out like a couple cards ago?
I believe so. And then, like you said, Mansour versus Dustin, and then Jalen Turner and Fernandez that we talked about. It's gonna be hey, I don't know though, because we said this for a few cards, and they end up being some banger cards. You know, you had the one in Abu Dhabi or whatever. It had the most knockouts ever. In a card had like 8 or 9 or 10 or something like that. Like everybody was getting first round finishes. And Barboza, what was your question about Barboza? Yeah, Turner just knocked him out in round 1.
Yeah, he's up there in age. He needs to lay him down.
He's 40.
Yeah.
He is 40. Hey, could you? Well, I actually, this all the time, dude. You 40. You think you can do it, bro?
I accept it.
Right.
Skin thick as leather. But look, I want to give you your flowers, man. You've been on a little tear with these picks, huh?
Dude, I'm trying. I don't have I can't tell nobody no method or what I'm doing. Dude, I'm just looking at them and I'm like, I've been going and looking at a lot of their last fights, and even on the submissions and stuff, it's like, okay, so this guy's been submitted one time. That like the Scaled fight when I won this past Saturday. Yeah. I picked him by submission because just 2 fights before that, Gamrot had been submitted. And I was like, this guy's probably a better submission artist than who Gamrot got submitted by. So, and boom, he submits him. Now, dude,
that was nasty too.
And dude, we say this, and it's almost like I shouldn't even bet it. I should give it some time because, to the next 5 bets, it's going to be just shit. And I'm not going to win anything. You get on that little hot streak with 3 or 4, but even last night, the Contender Series, I started off shit. I was 25 down, and in that last 10, I was like, boom, and I hit all 4, and I come out with 160. So, hey, I'll take it, buddy.
I just wanted to give you your all-around flowers, man. You're everywhere, doing everything, man. I'm happy for you, bro.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. And y'all check out Ravi. He's gonna send me a new graphic too. I gotta check out. We're gonna put it out here. Ravi Shetye, owner of RS Realty Group and RS Appraisal Services LLC, turning transactions into relationships. We're gonna put his info right here on the screen. Y'all give it here, and that's gonna do it for us. I think we did great. I think it was wonderful. Good little talk, Saints. Good little MMA. Next week, I think we might try to put out 2 episodes next week. It all depends on my time and everything. But we have Bryce Bodan and we have Kuzi that's going to be coming back on too. And then probably the next week, I'm either looking at Quentin Perez and then before the season, I think I want to get Matt from Boston, you and Kuzi. And we're going to have like a little Saints roundtable after the 3rd preseason game. And we're going to see what's popping, dude. We're gonna
talk about fun, man. I'm there. I'm there anytime, man.
That's it, buddy. Well, thank you for joining the show, bro. Thank y'all for watching.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next week talking to somebody about something. Peace.
Yeah.